Good morning, good morning. It's almost Friday, folks. I almost made it through the week. So yesterday, live didn't go well. So a couple of things that I had made notes of that I wanted to kind of bring to your attention. About what's going on, our lovely, you know how I feel about that whole, where is Joe? What is really going on in DC, and who can we really trust? We have our lovely Speaker of the House that's blaming the previous administration about the border issues when the previous administration is the one that had set up the wall, and the current administration is, saying, hey, open the floodgates. We're not going to vet anyone. Come on in. And the funny part is they are fleeing their socialist communist countries, coming to the land of milk and honey, only to find out that the land of milk and honey is being turned into a communist socialist country. Hello? Y'all are just making no sense. But so Sunday morning with ABC's, and I cannot stand him. I'm sorry. I've never liked George Stephanopoulos. He is condescending and irritating to me. Sorry. Yeah, the old man liked to watch that. I could never it just never just sat right with me. In the back of my head, maybe I've always known something was up. So he had an interview with Speaker of the House, and she managed to cram in a series of statements, and I'm reading this, sorry, about the situation. So I'm going to post the link because, like I said, fact checkers, my opinion based on what actually was said and done. So there we go. A situation about the southern border that was so wrong, it was almost like she was trying to mislead the American public. That's you and me, American public, you and me. We are so being misled. You have no clue. And if you don't try to find alternate sources of truth-telling media, you are going to be shocking surprised when the truth comes out about a lot of stuff. So when it came to defending Joey's indefensible border policies, there isn't much else she could do. But she was feeling a question from Georgie Boy when she launched into her spiel about, he had asked about a statement Friday about Representative Veronica Escobar of El Paso, who, as a town hall reported, had blamed the Trump administration naturally for the current crisis. Let's blame everything on a guy that, you are undoing everything he's ever done for this country that's been good. Please. Orange band, I've had enough of your shit. Okay? Because if you haven't figured out that this administration with Joe as the head is doing nothing for this country but tearing it down, dividing us, misleading us, you are dumber than a box of rocks. Sorry. Wake the freak up. So, of course, Speaker of the House had to agree because, she's got to hold the line for Joey. And she managed to mangle just about every fact that she presented in the process. So, how the fuck are these people even allowed to be in office? She's another corrupt bitch. Did you know? And this was part of that whole, if you didn't know, they declassified a lot of documents. Did you know Pelosi's family? Yeah, she's Italian, just like me. But hey, guess what? I'm not corrupt. My family's not in the mob. And none of my brothers were charged with some of the disgusting shit that her brother was charged with. And because her father was in politics and knew the judges, he got swiped under the table. So little Nan, guess what? Nan gets swept into it too. And Nan got just, it's kind of like, hey, talk about your fucking nepotism. Her family is so damn corrupt. Do a little research about the stuff that was declassified. I'll see if I can find my links to that. But if you DuckDuckGo, you'll find the WikiLeaks. And you just search Pelosi's name in there, and you'll find all these just incredible documents from the 60s about her brother and her father, the corruption. Do you really want to trust somebody whose family is corrupt? please, no wonder the woman drinks. Mm. So then we have Joey that promised, the few things that he promised while campaigning from the basement, and not telling us what his whole, this is what I stand for, this is what I'm going to do when I get into office, because he doesn't have to tell us shit. But y'all voted him in, didn't ya? 80 million fucking people voted for this son of a bitch. But funny, when he goes live on the White House, his videos get, less than 20,000 views, likes. Trump goes anywhere, and it goes 2 million. Are you serious? You guys are dumb. And I'm tired, I'm irritated, and I haven't had enough coffee yet today. I haven't had my drip. Thank you, Prime Minister. My drip. I mean, seriously. You ever heard the saying, looks like a duck, quacks like a duck? It's probably a duck. So that means when shit's too good to be true, and when someone's sitting there and doing all the gaffes that son of a wonderful man did while campaigning from the basement, do you not think that those were gaffes? Those were not gaffes. That was his senility coming out. Okay? He boasted about the most remarkable elections. You guys are just... Anyways, so this Equality Act would add sexual orientation and gender identity as protected classes to existing non-discrimination laws. Do you understand what that means? So, and though non-discrimination sounds good in theory, that is not what bills like this are truly about. The Equality Act is a deliberate attempt to force people of faith. That means people, Christians, Baptists, Lutherans, Catholics. I mean, any faith that they don't think is good. So people of faith, good people who serve everyone to promote messages and celebrate events that conflict with their sincere beliefs. That's what, yeah. So we know that because there will be no religious exemptions for people of faith under the Equality Act, this legislation explicitly forbids it. The reality is this bill is nothing more than an anti-religious hostility disguised as equality. Crazy. Do some, look into it, people. I mean, I don't know how to explain to you that what's happening is our world is literally, if you can imagine a 3D puzzle of our globe, our earth, and in this man is piece by piece dismantling it. I don't know how else to describe it to you folks. And then let's go on to this whole Kofifi and Vax. I told you guys that I used to make fun of the anti-vaxxers, but did you realize that I guess the boxing legend Marvelous Marvin Hagler died at 66 last Saturday night, and had an online battle over reports of his death as a result because he got the vax. So hours before the undisputed middleweight champion died, his fellow boxing great Thomas Hitman Hearns noted Hagler was fighting the after effects of the vax. Now, before the former undisputed middleweight ultimately passed away, there are Instagram posts from, Thomas Hearns about Marvin Hagler. I mean, and here we are, Michiganders, where they are trying to, go get your vax. Come on down to the local pharmacy. Come on. Are you people stupid? Are you stupid? Oh my God. I even have a family member, and I pray for my family member because I have explicitly, myself and another family member who have done our research, and we communicate with each other regularly about this kind of shit, made an appointment. They and their spouse, because their spouse was Orange Man bad, made an appointment and their spouse is going to get the vax. So they felt, well, they should get the vax. And I'm like, are you stupid? Are you stupid? And do a little research. Google it, babe. Google what could happen, and if you have the side effects. Now, mind you, not just do we have Hitman Hearns, but do you remember the lady that went viral, the video, who was pregnant and, oh, look at me, I'm pregnant and I'm getting the vaccine. And then what happened? Within a week, she miscarried. It's so safe. I feel so bad for that woman. My heart hurts for her because she thought she could trust those people that told her that that vaccine was harmless and it could not hurt anybody, and she lost a child because of it. Do you understand? This is an experimental vaccine. It is still in the experimental stages. It has been released for emergency, okay? But it has not been tested. There have been no studies done. You are a guinea pig taking this vaccine. What happens to you happens to you, and only you. And the medical field, yeah, I told you don't like them. Well, most of them. There are some that are honest, a few like myself that'll tell you the truth about it. That you have an adverse reaction to it. You have seizures, you convulse, you can't walk, you can't do your job. You're shit out of luck. You're shit out of luck. Do you think these people? I've seen people that are out there that are having seizures and can twitches and can barely sit down straight and have to wear helmets now. And these were people in the medical field. These were nurses. Because it was forced on them, because the hospitals are forcing this. No one should ever be forced to vaccinate. You know what happened to my body? My body, my decision. It's my body. I should be able to decide, right? You should be able to decide if you want to have an abortion. So why shouldn't you be able to decide whether you want to have this vaccine that's poison and God only knows what's in it? Wrong, folks. This is going to be a short one because I'm doing this before I have to clock in. And yes, I'm working from home. Thank you, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. I love my job. I do. I love my employer. They are so wonderful. God, thank you for my employer. I hope, my hope and my wish for you, if you want to work, that you find an employer that is as wonderful as mine. That is my wish for every American that wants to work. We all know that there's that entitled, generation that doesn't want to work. I think that's the generation, that's the Obama generation, that kids that were taught under Obama, where all that shit was changed in the schools. It makes you think that, everybody owes you something. Yeah, sorry. Nobody owes you shit. Work your ass off for what you have. You want something, you work for it. You don't steal it. Nobody's going to give it to you. Anyhow, getting back to. And then my other question is, in Michigan, this is for Michiganders. If you're a Michigander and you're watching, hey, why is Nessel refusing to investigate Whitmer? What the hell is that about? I'm going to just tell you that I call them the terrible trio, Whitmer, Nessel, and Benson, because they are all three corrupt as shit, and we all know it. And Nessel just proved herself by going on M Live and saying that she doesn't think it's worthwhile to investigate. Well, why is it worthwhile to investigate Cuomo? Because Whitmer did the same exact thing Cuomo did. So why is it okay for him to be investigated but not her? So then you have Benson's right out. Benson did an interview where she announces, Secretary of State announces worst to first agenda to improve Michigan's transparency laws. Yeah, she sure got that right. Michigan is worse. It is a disgrace. And Benson did nothing in the 2020 election to show transparency. We all know she's guilty. I mean, she was told by the judge to fork over shit. I still have to finish looking into that because I haven't heard back. I'm gonna have to get back onto Perno's website and find out, because it was his his case in the courts that the judge demanded that she fork over all of her communication. So I have to look into that, and I'll get back with you guys on that. But like I said, I'm going to post a video. Scotty Marr is a really great YouTube channel. Oh my God, this guy posts great freaking videos, like great music. There is one video that every time I hear the song now, I think of his video and the SEAL Team 6 that he posts in the pictures. This guy posts such great music, but you have to watch the video. You have to watch what he shows in the video, because it is, you want to wake up, you want to get information and you don't know where to start with Scotty Marr. Start with his videos and research what you see him post in those videos, the pictures. You will be amazed. There's a starting point. Everyone has. Have you ever heard that arguing right now over whether you never know enough? You've never learned it all. There is never it all. There is no absolute in learning. And right now, they're right. Then the one thing the media is right about is we are in a crisis. We are in a severe crisis, and we Americans have to stand up. We have to figure it out, and we have to start asking the media, why? Michigan, why? Ask them live. Make those phone calls. I work. I do it on my lunch. Yeah, and I had to do it from work, so I had to go outside. It was kind of crappy, so I bet you that's why that girl was pissed at me. But hey, that's my right. I have the freedom of speech. I have the freedom of my opinion because it doesn't hurt anybody. I don't threaten anybody. I don't do anything wrong. Those are my freedoms to say what I have to say. I don't threaten anybody. I don't hurt anybody. I don't incite violence. I ask questions and I want to know why. What are they going to do about it? And that's what you need to do. There's no need for violence. Absolutely none. If you want to incite violence, get the hell off my channel. If you want to incite divide and color and whatever bullshit else, get off my channel. Don't watch me. But if you think what I'm saying, if you think for 1 second and you've watched more than one of my videos, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll learn together, because that's just it. I'm awake. I am very awake as to what's going on in this world, but there's always something to learn. There's more knowledge to be gained. And remember this. If you get nothing else from watching this video today, remember this. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and that's what they are afraid of. The corrupt people, they want stupidity. They want sheeple, because if you're stupid and you believe everything that they say, well, then you're dumb and you have no power. But the minute you wake up and you question and you demand answers and you demand transparency, oh, they're in trouble, because there are laws in our Constitution that protect us from that. So, anywho, I gotta get back. I gotta get to work, so I gotta clock in at 7:30. So, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll be back later today. Remember this. United we stand, divided we fall. Knowledge is power. Share that knowledge. Be kind to your neighbor. Look out for the children. There is so much going on here, and it is not political. I am telling you, it is not political. It is good versus evil. But that's a whole different level of woke. Are you with me on this journey? All right, folks. Have a blessed day.